to. But for now, what we're going to do is dive right on into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle with Matt. So Matt, the show is all yours.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Matt, and this is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Very new game, very good game. If you haven't played it, I very much recommend it. I had like very low expectations for it, but it was very good, so that's probably why. And I'm going to be doing any % restricted, which means it's basically the same as any %, but we're just not going to do any launches, and there would only be 2 in a run, but one of them is very inconsistent and hard, and if you mess it up, it loses like 3 minutes. So we're not going to do that, but I will be showing it off after the run because it is very cool. So if you want to actually see those, then stick around as well. And I'm joined with the Kovic, who also runs this game, who is going to be commentating with me. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, I'm Govich, and I'm known for speedrunning Indiana Jones games, such as Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine and Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, so I'm very happy to be here to commentate on the Great Circle today.
Yeah, so let's just get started. Timer will start when I skip the first cutscene. There's a little like bar that fills up when I skip it, so I'll try and give you a countdown, but just start the timer and go. So we're going to start a new game. I'm playing on the easiest difficulties because I want to go fast. So 3, 2, 1, go. So you'll see I have a little timer on my webcam. That's literally just in case I PB. Since we time without loads, that's why that is there. If you want to explain the general movement of the run, which is not really much, to be honest.
Yeah, so in this game, we found the best way to move is to sprint. So a big time of the speedrun is stamina management, because the way it drains is a little strange. Basically, every time you press, you get a big burst of stamina drain, and then sustaining the sprint, it drains a bit less. So we really want to make sure we don't interrupt the sprint in any sort of way. Typically, falling down a very small step will make it. So we have some pretty planned routes to go through the level and trying to not bump into anything. That helps a lot with the speed.
If you touch a rock, it will semi-clash you as off the ground, and you'll just lose all your sprint. It's insanely stupid, but it is what it is. I think that might only be a bug with hold sprint, though, not toggle. But
oh yeah, I wanted to mention that basically when you're mid-air and you hold sprint, your stamina will just disappear.
Yeah.
So I like to play with toggle sprint.
I play with hold because I'm stupid. I like pain. So this level might seem very familiar. And that is because we are literally playing the intro to Raiders of the Lost Ark. You won't really get to see much though, because we're going to be skipping the cutscenes, obviously, because speed. But there is a little... go on.
Sorry. Yeah, I was very thankful that the cutscenes can be skipped, and I didn't realize it at first because you actually cannot do it on your first playthrough, only on the subsequent ones.
Yeah. So we can skip that little thing there by just jumping. You can die. It's all about when you jump. If you jump too late, you will die. Very strange.
Give me the whip.
Give me the whip. So we won't really be getting into any of the good stuff till we get to the Vatican mainly, but there is a couple of tricks in the Citadel that we can do. But the first 2 levels are just kind of optimized movement.
Turns out it was all just a dream. This is where the real story begins.
And for this little fight here, you want to be punching him in the head, because if you don't, it's damage based in a sense. So if you hit him in the chest for every single punch, he will try and grab you, but he'll just punch you instead. It's very annoying. But if you just literally whack him in the head a bunch, he won't do that.
I've had him troll me once, where he just refused to grab me for tens of seconds. It's horrible.
Yeah, he's not a very nice guy, and he's not going to be a very nice guy later either. But That was the first puzzle. We don't do many. Literally, I think in any percent we do 2, and they're not really puzzles. One's just a code, and then that one that we just did. In this category, we do more, but it's still not many. A lot of the good content and stuff in this game is in the side stuff. If you literally just rush through the story, you're going to miss a lot of the game. Like a lot. And obviously, in this speedrun, we're also going to be skipping a lot of the main story too, so... But, you know, you got to go fast.
A pendant, is it?
Must have got caught when he left through the window.
Oh, do you want to explain adventure points and stuff like that?
It's a beautiful.
Right, so this game, being modern and stuff, has a progression system. So as we interact with sort of puzzle and side content and also collect some collectibles, Indy will gather adventure points, which can be used to
Only the essentials.
unlock upgrades from adventure books that we collect. So as part of the speedrunner, we actually do collect some of the books that are worth it. So managing the adventure point route is also a part of the speedrun.
Yeah. So I believe
On next plane to Rome. Stop.
I'll be crafting 2
Stop.
books in the game. I believe Kovic does 3.
Yeah, I do 3 books.
So I'm going to be doing Pep and Brawler 3. I'm not doing Brawler 1. I believe they do stack, but I'm not sure if it's faster.
I just like it because I beat the final boss faster.
I think it's only like 3 punches difference. And you probably lose that getting Brawler 1, but I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where you want to test it. So, but in this game, when you're climbing the whips like this, you want to be at an angle. If you're looking at the wall directly, he will lock onto it. But if you just climb it at an angle, he won't, and you can just climb up, and it saves a lot of time. And we're going to try and do a cool strat here while I get the zoom. Let's see. That was a... Okay, I didn't get the damage, so that's fine. But if you land on that light, like at a certain angle, you can, like, get a launch. But it's, like, very rare for it to happen anyway.
There's one movement tech in this game, and that's when you slide off with the crouch key as you're about to leave a platform, you will get a little speed boost. So you can use that to gain a little bit extra speed.
Yeah. And we're doing another little tiny skip here, not a big one.
Yeah, just
Skip
skipping
that
a...
whip.
Yep. And then lots of vaulting. I've had people call this game Indiana Mirror's Edge.
I can see that. There's a little risky skip that I'm going to do here. If I mess it up, I will be sent very far back. So hopefully that does not happen. So I'm going to get on the edge of this, and then we're going to just run and grab this
Nicely done.
zip line. If you die there, you are all the way back, way before this point, and it's very slow.
It's worth mentioning that this game functions on a checkpoint system, so we can't just save wherever we want. And when you mess up, you get sent back to the last checkpoint, which sometimes is quite a bit far back.
Yeah, because you don't get checkpoints in combat. So if you're in combat and you're missing a lot of checkpoints, it's just not going to give you them. So that's the same. That's the same thing there, because you're in combat most of that time. So if you die, you're all the way back. But that went well. We bonked a guy on the bridge because you have to kill him or you can't open the door. Now we're getting to the fun stuff. Kinda.
Yeah, before that, we just need to spend a bit of time talking here to Antonio, who's Indy's friend. Gotta do story stuff.
Yeah, there is a little bit of waiting in this game.
Who's the guest they're waiting for?
Not much. Most of it's at the start, thankfully, but... There is a point like midway through the run though, that is a really nice break point if you want to get up and use the bathroom, get a drink, maybe make a meal because it's really long. I think it's like 3 minutes of waiting.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm looking for someone.
It's a blessing though, honestly. I can't complain about that one. It's nice to have. So I'm going to do a little glitch just because it's funny. So you can despawn items in this game. So I'm just going to take this record back from him because I don't want him to have it. So if I open the bag,
Something from me and
pick it up, close the bag, and then climb something, it just deletes it from existence.
Well,
So if you like do that with a key item, you're soft locked, and you can't progress. Adventure books, the same thing. If you do it with those, they just disappear. It's funny.
Oh, I actually didn't know that's a thing. That's amazing.
I am doing that for a reason. Though I've had a point where I couldn't give him the pendant before, and when I picked that up and did that, it let me do it. So I'm just doing it out of consistency of not soft locking. But yeah, it's funny. You can just despawn stuff like that.
I want to take this moment to explain the food in this game because it's deceptively strange.
Oh yeah.
There's two types of food you can collect in this game, the fruit and then the bread. The fruit is kind of useless because it just gives you extra stamina on top of your regular bar, but it's single use only and it depletes quite fast. But the bread is the bread and butter of this game because it's basically like armor. It's extra hit points that are single use only, but we're gonna need that extra health in certain parts of the game to perform some skips.
If we didn't have that, a lot of the stuff
damage.
wouldn't actually be possible. Because some of the skips, so there's a skip at the end of the game, you need full health, you need full food, full extra food to fill it up, and full bandages to be able to do it. If you didn't have that, like, you wouldn't be able to do it. Why did I just drop the light? Hello, I pressed E. Oh, I'm not going to get the skip now. You have to be quick here to get this dialogue skip as close. I'm not going to get it.
Father Crescenzo, perhaps.
Please.
You know, this might be a map.
No, I didn't get it.
You talked about.
I don't know why I dropped the light. So if you're quick enough here, this dialogue doesn't trigger, and I've got to wait for it. That's unfortunate.
We can study them together in my office without raising suspicion.
Let's say I bring you some evidence. You got a camera I can use?
And yeah, so we whipped that chain through the door because it works. I don't know why. It just works. And it skips going all the way around.
Here is a very special key. It will give you access.
Yeah, that lost me like
Vatican only priests are allowed.
10, 15 seconds maybe, but
I'll keep it safe.
I have to organize a proper burial for this unfortunate soul.
It's a very important key that we got. It's the priest key. And we're actually in the priest disguise right now because this game has a disguise system. And there are certain doors that we can only open with this key and only while wearing this particular disguise.
I'm sure.
yeah, and we need it for one of the skips. If we don't have it, we can't do the skip basically.
And also another thing about the doors is that you can only use them when you're not in combat, which actually does come up in the next skip.
Yeah, so
Let's see about that camera.
we're gonna basically skip most of this level right now. And the issue with it is you need to be alerted to be able to do it. But we need to be like, so there's a guy up on this balcony. If he spots you, I'm gonna have to do a backup strat, which loses like 10 seconds. I'm gonna push near this guy, and hopefully that will give me the alert, but the guy at the top won't alert. Hopefully. It's not alerted yet, that's good. If he doesn't alert, then I can do the fast way. Do you want to explain window skip?
Yeah, so we're going to do some FPS manipulation for the next trick, where Matt's going to lower the in-game frame rate to 24. There's an option for it in the menu, and we just have it bound to a hotkey. And when the FPS is low enough, we can vault, do the vault animation, and then jump at the right moment to sort of get an extra bounce and reach all the way to the top of this window that's just lying here, not attached to the window seal. And from that height, we can actually jump to the top of this chandelier, and from there the ceiling here just doesn't have collision. So now we're out of bounds, and we can use this to skip a locked door and get into a room that's that you're supposed to be able to get to much later in the story. And we will meet Gina here, our companion for this story. And this is a big skip, basically skips the entire first dungeon of the Vatican area.
Yeah, I think it saves like 15 minutes, something like that.
I'd have to
more,
consult
actually.
my Ancient Relics run, but yeah, a big time save.
It's a big skip, yeah.
What the hell are you doing here?
It's not the biggest skip in the game, though, believe it or not. That's going to come near the end.
Should definitely bring this back to the library.
So now that we have met with Gina, we can continue to the second dungeon and final of the Vatican part. We need to talk with Gina because otherwise she does not spawn, and also I think the scaffolding that's there is not present. They change the level geometry when the story progresses.
Yeah. So that skip, someone else in the chat, how was discovered? That skip specifically was a lot of testing from me. Because I thought it might have been possible. I knew it was possible if you got on that window that you could do the skip, and I just tried for hours and hours trying to get up there. I tried everything I could, and then eventually I found something that worked, and I was very happy because it's a very nice skip. Skips a lot. We're gonna grab this food, very important. We're gonna grab this cornetto, and then we're gonna do a little skip here to skip open this door because you can just whip this from down here for some reason.
The whip has a much bigger range than I think they really accounted for.
Yeah.
Well, I found his claw.
Yeah, to interact with that claw, the game forced us to change outfits into the Indy's normal outfit. And this outfit is special because, as you can see in the bottom left, there's a little extra yellow bar, and it's basically bonus health. And that allows us to use all the food health as well as normal health and still survive. So it's really great for surviving fall damage.
Yeah. And so, like, some of the tricks in this game, it's very easy to underestimate how difficult they actually are to do fast. So, like, that window skip is very precise to be able to get on that. If you're not turning the camera right, if your movement's not right, you're not going to get up. Do you want to explain this this trick?
This one is really cool. So I think it's a common theme that sometimes the ceilings just don't have collision because they don't really expect you to be able to get there anyway with the normal jumping mechanics. So here we were able to run out of bounds, and then the dungeon is below us, so we can skip the puzzle that you're supposed to solve in order to access it normally. So here Matt's lining up with a texture and this torch to land on top of it to survive the fall. Now we just need a bit of extra health, and we can drop down into this water here. And the good thing is that occasionally the game will just teleport Gina wherever you need her to. So we can perform these skips and not have to wait on her to escort.
There's collision here, and you can just walk over this if you didn't know. For some reason. I don't know why. Oh. And then we're going to do another skip right now.
Like it was made for giants.
I really cannot understand how the speedrun run for this game is basically the perfect storm of places having or not having collision for us to be able to skip stuff. Because most of the game is actually very well enclosed to not allow you to go anywhere you're not supposed to.
Yeah. Gonna take that safe, because if you don't climb that right, you can just fall off. And hopefully this checkpoint works. Okay, good. So we're going to quit out, and we're going to wait 2 seconds. The reason we have to do this is because if we press continue straight away, Gina will not spawn. This was something that they fixed. So this is the reason why the latest patch is actually fastest, because she spawns here. If you were playing on an older patch, so like if, for example, for any percent we have to play on 1.0, we can't do that. We have to go back in bounds and do that room
Makes sense.
to be able to get her to spawn. Which is nice. I think it's just funny though, because that trick didn't work originally, and then it worked with a patch. So it's a case of them actually patching the game and actually giving us a new skip, which I think is funny.
Antonio?
And we've got our first boss fight,
Have friends.
which can be annoying, but I've got a pretty foolproof strat for it as long as I don't miss my shots. So basically we're going to shoot Tony Todd in the head, rest in peace. Tony Todd. I'm going to bait his attack, and then I'm just going to basically just stand still, and he'll just stand there for me while I shoot him, because he's a really nice guy. And then I'm going to swap to the melee with the pistol. I'm just going to give him a good whack. And now he's down. There we go. And then once he gets down, we're just going to punch him a couple more times, because if you don't, he'll actually get back up. There we go.
Cheesed him in the most Indiana Jones way possible.
I can feel a pulse.
Yeah, this game has a lot of good humor to it as well, which obviously for Indiana Jones you got to have that humor. Did that repair? Yeah, we did. We repair the gun because we're going to use it again in Giza, which is the next level coming up. And then in this room, we're just going to pick up some more stuff. We have to wait for Gina. We're doing this in preparation to craft Pep at the start of Giza. Now, Pep is probably the most important book in the game because it regens our stamina way faster than it normally would. And it saves a lot of time. I think it's like 1 or 2 seconds you have to wait for it to fully recharge. Whereas normally it's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, lets us sprint more often. And also in combat it's really useful because punching also consumes stamina.
Yeah. It's very useful for the final boss as well. So here we like time our swings so we can actually climb this like that. If you just wait and grab it, it's really slow because he has to like do an animation to climb it. And again, look to the side. Because the reason we want to look at an angle is because when he gets high enough to grab the ledge, he will automatically do it. If you just look straight to the left or right, he won't actually grab it. So you want to be looking at an angle, but not too close to the wall or you will latch onto it, and that's very slow. So this part's annoying. I've got a friend in this this staircase that likes to be annoying. If he blocks me, I'm just going to grab him and move him out of the way. Not this guy. This guy's all right. I'm going to push this guy, and hopefully he'll either fall over or move out my way. That's perfect. And here we have to wait for our stamina to regen. Because on this part right here, if you don't have at least 5 bars, you can't make it to the other side without stopping. So we want to get at least 5, and then you can start moving.
Surprise! She's already there.
Help me up!
Wait! Don't move! I said don't move!
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
I've had a funny glitch in this part where when Indy climbs the whip here and grabs the hatch, he just grabbed it on the other side, like where the hatch isn't, and it looked pretty funny.
Wait, really?
I'm trying to replicate it ever since.
I've never seen that. Now we're on Giza. Even though I messed up and window skip was bad, I'm still on PB pace, surprisingly, because my run was really bad. So right here we're going to
He
grab
always says that.
a wad of $75. Very important that we get that for this category specifically. So I'm just going to grab that and then run away. We need that for the end of the chapter.
Okay, so how are we gonna find your contact?
أنا شايف إنك كفور عليك جرحك الخطير.
And in this next part, we're going to actually finally craft Pep. Because like we can't do it earlier. Well, you can if you go out your way to get loads of adventure points, but that's slow. And stamina isn't really that important in the Vatican, more as it is here, because on this level we're going to be doing a lot of running across the map. So we're going to grab this and then grab this, and that's enough to craft Pep,
Expedition during the French
which lets us regen stamina faster.
Gotta say, this is my favorite level because it's so open, and that's also why Pep is so useful in this level in particular.
Yeah. I mean, it's mainly only really useful for this level, to be honest. It saves the most time in this level out of anywhere else in the game, basically. So if you watch the stamina bar now, it will regenerate a lot faster than it usually
Don't worry.
would.
I have a nose for spotting frauds.
So we don't want to be getting spotted. It's not that bad if we do in this level because they lose you really easily, but a lot of stuff you can't actually interact with if you're like aggroed, and that's going to come up soon. So basically just can't, you can see how fast it will regen up. Now it's already full. I think I stopped for like, what, 3 seconds?
So what we're doing right now is
go on.
we make our trek across the desert here, because we're going to be doing the big skip for this chapter in this category with some more parkour aided by lowering our frame rate. It's a really interesting trick. It's basically like a wall jump, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, we're going to do the same thing we did for window skip. So for whatever reason at low FPS, when you vault into like collision that's slanted, you can actually boost up it. So if we did it at high FPS, you wouldn't go up. But for some reason at low FPS, you go up. And that gives us enough height to climb the fence and get into this area, which we're not meant to be able to do at this point in the story. And I think this again saves like 8-9 minutes, something like that. It skips all the steelies. If you've played this game, you have to collect 4 steelies, take them to the wall. It skips that. Oh, I didn't get the... Good job, I remembered.
Oh,
I went into any percent mode then.
right?
Yeah. I went into any percent mode. I completely forgot. We want to get this checkpoint here because we're going to be using this fast travel at the end of the level. It's hard to... to be fair, there is a lot going on. If you forget one thing, it can mess you up. So I'm going to basically just jump into this. There we go. So basically what you do is you climb into it, mash jump. As soon as you start jumping, you just turn the camera to the left and hope that you climb it. I am going to be doing a safe strat here. I'm going to grab this extra food from in here. Normally I wouldn't, but there's an area coming up that sucks if you get shot too much. So I'm just going to take an extra one for a bit of precaution. And then we're going to grab the other 2 from this table. Like that. So there's no enemies in this area apart from one captain. For some reason. He's like over there somewhere. Just chilling. But there is enemies in this building. So we do have to actually like do a specific strat here to be able to open this hatch without getting alerted. I know that Kovac does it a little bit different to me. What I'm going to do is we're going to get in 4 bullets for a boss fight coming up. I'm going to get them after I've opened the hatch because this game hates me. Okay, that was a bit sketchy. I didn't actually jump forward. So here's the guy. We're going to aggro him. We're going to grab this, lead him into here. When he comes in, we're just going to give him a good whack. And then we're going to open this. If you do it right, you won't get alerted fully, so you can still open it as long as you kill him. And then I'm going to go grab these bullets before I drop down.
And the tough thing about this part is that you cannot open the hatch when you're aggroed. So when they spot you, you're locked out of opening the hatch.
A good thing about this is this skips this dialogue because Gina's not here yet. So we can just look at this book and collect it without having to listen to her waffle, which is nice.
And there she spawns in the background.
Yeah, we need to grab 5 specific things here to be able to progress. And then once we've done that, we just switch to the pistol, reload it.
How can a battleship just disappear?
Because we have to wait here anyway.
Iceberg.
On the equator?
We have to wait until we're able to take a photo here with the camera, which we didn't collect in the previous level, as we were supposed to, but the game gives it to you anyway.
Yeah, and then I'm going to eat my rest of my food.
We should follow him. See what he's up to.
And then we're just going to basically just run and hope for the best. So this part is just like a dice roll, basically.
Yeah, I think I've tried about 3 different ways of running through here.
Like,
and it's all
depending
the
on how much
same.
damage you take here is just RNG. I might be dead. Which is annoying because I died in my PB as well. Oh, I've got no stamina, I can't climb. That's fine.
Did you eat fruit here?
Yeah, I had full food and health then, and I still got killed, which is lovely. Oh, did I eat the fruit? No. Oh, I got shot. Nice. Like, this is just a dice roll. I died here in my PB. That's why it's bad. For some reason, I got spotted way earlier than I should have done, and I don't know why, but now I should be fine.
I think one of the soldiers decided to shoot, and that alerts everyone instantly in like a 3-mile radius.
This part sucks as well because one of them can just randomly follow you and shoot you. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't know how they climb up as fast as they do, but it's good meme. So this next part kind of semi-soft locks because we were in combat when we got in this area, so the game doesn't give us a checkpoint. And Gina doesn't spawn here, so we can't go out the normal way. But thankfully we can just climb through the roof instead. And it's actually faster anyway than just waiting for... Hello? Can I get on the globe? Hello? Let me up. Okay. That was weird. We can just climb through here.
And doing this skip also has another very nice side effect, which is in this next part, the tunnel is supposed to collapse, but that doesn't happen, and it's way faster because you would have to crawl through some rubble really slowly.
Also, those barrels can kill you. I lost the run to it ages ago if you're too close to them when they explode, so... Oh, I ran out of stamina.
Who, Gina? Bless you.
So, like, literally now we're on the final part of the level already, basically. Or, like, going towards the final part of the level. But like I said earlier, most of the content in this game is the side stuff. If you're not doing it, the game is actually not short, but
The wall looks weak here.
it's not that long either.
The game does a really good job of leading you towards the side content, though. I didn't even like realize that half of the stuff I'm doing is completely optional.
Yeah. And you get a lot of like story exposition from the side stuff too, which you don't get if you just do the main quest. So we're gonna grab the light here,
What are you selling?
because we literally can't finish the level without it. But we can buy it here because it's faster than buying it at the start.
Thanks.
Because we don't need it up until this point. You would actually, well, do you need it if you didn't do this skip?
Yeah, you always need it because without a lighter, you don't have light in the resonance chamber and you cannot take the pictures. It
No,
just
but I
doesn't
mean,
let
do you need it without doing steely skip though? Is what I meant.
Yeah, because you need to solve the chamber anyway.
No, but I mean, like, since we're getting it here, can you technically like skip it if you're doing like glitchless? Hello. Yeah, apparently I wasn't close enough.
What else is here? The pyramid of
I think I've confused you. Hang on, let me just do this quickly.
Hang on. Is this a map? I need another location. Yes. The pyramid of King Khufu. The giant symbol is just east of the Kafir pyramid. That's the spot.
So they don't aggro you. They didn't.
Did you want to know something really funny? Do you know
Please.
Suktai with the boat
Right.
at the start when you press to get on the boat, right? I don't know if this works anywhere else, but if you have the camera in your hand and you press to unequip it and then press the E prompt, it just doesn't work and it just soft locks you. I lost a run to that the other day. It was very good because I forgot to unequip the camera when I was falling down, so I went to press it to unequip it as I went to press the prompt, and it just didn't work, and I couldn't press it again.
So the book that Matt collected there is the Brawler 3 upgrade, and that one just boosts your melee damage by a lot, though.
Yeah, it's very important. And it's like basically on the way to where we're going, so it doesn't take too much time to grab it.
Has to be something here.
I'm gonna take credit for finding that book, actually.
I thought Blood found it. Well, I knew it was there from his run, but at the time I didn't think it was faster for some reason. I don't remember why.
This isn't a tomb. What purpose did it serve?
So this is why we need the lighter for this area. And then take a picture of that. While we're waiting, just gonna grab this.
So I should consult. There's a piece of a tablet. I should take photos of all these words. You should.
I really like this puzzle. So the tablets have words written in an ancient language, and when Indy pieces it together, he has to say the words in the right order, and that unlocks the temple.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all of them. Now let's line the photos up on the altar and see which is.
You just have to press them in the right order.
Maybe I should.
And we get sucked into a hole.
Happens to me all the time.
I like how when you spawn in there, it's just like in a falling state for some reason.
If you're up there, I could use some help.
Oh, I got a bad slide. Like sliding like under stuff in this game is weird because sometimes it can give you tons of momentum and you just go flying forward, and sometimes you just get stuck. I don't know why. There's a part coming up soon where you can get some really good slides. Let's hope that they go well. Probably not.
It's very satisfying when you get the boost in the
Yeah.
next slide. Yeah.
It looks so sick. It looks like this game's actually got movement tech when it doesn't. Really.
So there's a puzzle coming up, and this is where I think it's the most noticeable that we're playing on the easiest difficulty in terms of the puzzle setting, because what that does is basically lowers the complexity and the number of combinations for the puzzles. So if you were playing on the regular difficulty, you would have to find out like 3 different combinations with the light beams, but here on the easy difficulty, it's just all one combination, just
Yeah,
one
and, like,
location for the light beams.
And the lights are like basically right. Some of them are like right next to where they need to be anyway. And it's just.
Oh
very
yeah, and some of the
convenient.
doors are already open, whereas normally you have to open them yourself.
Yeah. This puzzle sucks on
Here.
normal puzzle difficulty.
I mean, it's a cool puzzle, I think.
I'm just gonna put the light beams in place, and then once the door is opening, we're gonna craft all of 3 while we wait, because we have to wait. But it won't start opening till you get near it for some reason, which is very odd to me. It was a bit slow. I might still make it. Still made it.
Abandon all hope, you.
Let's see if I get the slides, hopefully. If I can get the second one, I'll be happy. The second one's the cool one. Let's see. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. That was like the worst thing ever. No. So you can like slide and land like right here. It's really cool when it works, but it's like very inconsistent to actually get.
Here, there's a bunch of different paths you can take through this cavern. I know some people have been going through the right side, but I think the left side is better.
Yeah, this way is 10 seconds faster. No, so about 8 seconds faster, actually. I timed it the other day. It doesn't look as faster as it actually is. It's very strange. But I think it's because on the right side you have to climb a big wall, and you can't actually do the like climbing glitch on that where you like look to the side, because you just keep falling off. It's the one that you can't do it on. Also, this area is really fun. Oh, Joe, what you
It's
could do
also
while
really
I'm
dark.
doing it? You should explain the old 80% way. So like the entirety of this part and how you had to do it. I know you didn't do it, but you kind of get the gist of what it was.
Oh, right. There was a time in the 90% route where because of the skip that we did. While in this chamber and in this boss fight, we were still affected by the sandstorm effect that you get when you venture too far into the desert. So the game tries to stop you from like going really far into the desert, and it just applies a huge slow effect to you. And we had to do this boss fight while in that effect. So I believe the strategy was to just stack
awful.
tons of
bullets.
bullets.
Like actually awful. And it was like really slow too, because you have to like, you can't move in like a specific direction like properly, so you have to just constantly tap forward. That's annoying. He can randomly grab you.
And the grab is really long too, like way longer than his arms actually.
What? Okay, I'm gonna play this safe. I might just pick up another melee weapon. Usually we just punch him now, but I'm not gonna do that because he's gonna kill me. Well, actually, I should be alright now, but there we go. So after the 2 melee weapons break, we usually just punch him to death. But
Okay,
nice.
how do I use this thing?
Oh, there's the perfect example of your stamina just being eaten by the game, being stupid.
Right, exit. There's gotta be an exit.
Also, if this part really confused me when I played it casually, because it doesn't make sense that you have to keep pressing jump to actually stay afloat. You'd think wiggling would make you sink, so I just tried to stand still and I just kept dying. And that's basically that level done. Now we just got to wait for a 3-minute cutscene where we can't do anything. This is what I was
Amazing,
talking about. 3 minutes of just sitting in the sand.
Is it okay if I give a couple announcements while we wait in the sand?
Go ahead and talk what you
Wicked
want
awesome.
for 3 minutes.
Well, chat, just to let you know, Back to Black 2025, the upgrade to UBAF, will be live February 6th through the 9th here on Games Done Quick Twitch channel, benefiting Race Forward. Catch the action and support an incredible cause. Type !BTB in chat to see the event schedule. And if you want to find out more about the All Black speedrunning community, typing !BAF in Twitch chat will get you more information as well. If your crafty prize submissions are open from now until February 1st, so go ahead and get those in if you would like to submit a prize. And also, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, gestures broadly to the speedrun in front of you, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes and chat with other subscribers during our replays. We're just going to hang out in the sand now.
Yeah, it's a very long scene. If you ever watched the original like reveal trailer that they did, this is like what it starts with basically. But we skip the actual cutscene because that's slow. I don't want to watch that as well.
This whole run so far is just making me want to buy this game and play it.
Do it.
It's very good.
It seems really fun, actually.
It is.
I'm doing it. Gotta buy it right now.
I mean, it is on Game Pass if you have that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm playing on the Steam version now though. Could you get the you couldn't get, so because I wanted the early access that came with the premium edition, so you had to actually buy it for that. You couldn't like get it on Game Pass. But I like Steam. I like my games on Steam.
I'm a big fan of getting games on Steam. Like Game Pass is great, but also like I like having them all in one place.
Well, you wouldn't be able to do any % on Game Pass because you can't down patch. So
that's
that's also a bummer. But any % sucks. Don't do it. You'll see why after the run why it sucks. It's insane.
Get away.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Come on, this is...
The Game Pass version was also bugged for a while with the drivers for NVIDIA specifically, I think, were just broken. So you had tons lower FPS than you were supposed to. But I think they fixed it now with the second update, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't.
And also the reason why any percent sucks is because for one of the launches you need 110 FPS, which for some people in this game is a lot to get because it's quite a demanding game. So it's one of those things where, because it's such a high FPS ceiling that you need, it puts a lot of people off from doing it, and there's a lot of people can't do it. So it's just one of those things.
He's losing consciousness, Gina. Help me.
But the skip I'm going to show after the run, you only need 74, which isn't too bad.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good point for a break. You ever run this game? Very nice. And yeah, that was Giza. Now we're on to the Kobrik's favourite level. He loves this level so much. As do we all. It looks nice though. Snow. Looks pretty. I like snow. But it's just a shame they made the snow level the worst one. Because we're just going to walk for like... What is it? How long is it? We just walk. It's like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Although we are going to do a couple tricks.
I guess we
And we're going to try and avoid a soft lock as well, which is a good one. Love those. Sometimes getting in this is really weird.
Nice and easy.
But thankfully you have to wait for her anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You said you've been here before.
There's a lot. It's a very tall, very
Visit an
lots.
old friend.
But I cannot speak today. Lots of snow here. We cannot even jump. So we're very locked out of all possible movement for a bit.
Yeah, once we get over there we can start to run, but after that we'll also then go back to walking slow. Which is fun.
Watch out! You okay?
I'm fine.
And again we're going to angle to hopefully climb the ledge. You can sometimes when you're climbing this one, you'll like land on a ledge below. It's really annoying. And also Gina's over there.
Get it?
And now she's here, apparently, right there. And she's also covered in snow somehow. She can teleport. Shame she doesn't
Looks
do
like
that
the
in the
man
back.
from The Shining there.
It's a shame because you could skip literally on any percent. You could skip the entirety of the Vatican all the way from start to finish if she spawned, but she doesn't. She can't progress, which sucks. So here we're gonna pull this late.
And I'm not crazy.
You do not want to pull this early. So I walk forward and then I pull it.
Get a closer look.
If you pull it early, her cycle gets out of sync, and she'll like, when you get across there, she'll like warp and do the animation again, and she's just stuck on the other side. And also we skip that climb as well, just by running and jumping and flicking the camera to grab the end.
Must be an explanation.
But it doesn't really matter. Just there for flare points, because you have to wait for her anyway. But being ahead of her is a little bit faster, because obviously she can't get stuck on you. And she didn't soft lock. Nice.
Before I fully understood why the soft lock happens, this part was really nerve-wracking because I was just praying for her to do the voice line.
Oh yeah, if you can hear her when you're walking up here, you're fine. But if you can't hear her at all, you're screwed. Because I had a run where I walked all the way up and climbed that, and then I turned around and she's just nowhere to be seen. I was like, what?
Nazi battleship?
Yep, happened to me as well.
I think it's happened to everyone that's actually run the game before we figured out why. I know it happened to Blood as well. It's just a weird oversight that they didn't expect you to pull that down quick. But it's fine. The boring part's nearly over. We're going to get to some kind of good stuff. Not really, but it's better than this.
Let's hope not.
You have to take like certain lines here as well. If you move like at a certain point, you can get stuck. For some reason, even though there's nothing there, but it doesn't really matter. Also, you want to whip this as early as you can, because then you can start to run as soon as you whip it. If she wasn't here, we'd be screwed because she needs to be here to trigger this. Now we're inside the ship. Also, don't ask why there's a massive, like, U-boat on the middle of a mountain in the Himalayas.
There's story reasons.
Yeah. It makes sense.
If you want to find out why, you need to play the game yourself.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
I keep doing that. It's so annoying. If you like press tab too early to pull the item out, he pulls the item out but also pulls the bag out as well. Nice slide.
I'll get this out of the way.
Gina,
We're gonna beat up a man. That's quite funny because we're just gonna yank him off a ladder and then beat him up. And you do need to kill him or you can't climb the ladder. We used to actually use the shotgun, but I didn't know this was here. It's like the set. Oh, actually, you can pick that one up as well. I didn't actually. I've tried picking that one up before. It wouldn't let me.
The prompt for that is really weird.
And he
From
yanked
certain
him off.
angles, you just cannot pick it up and it looks like you should be.
I'm just gonna give him a good whack twice. And he's dead. Yeah, like
There's a bunch more guys coming up, but we're gonna ignore those.
we're just gonna run through this area as fast as we can.
Take a very particular route to try and not get shot. Happens
I
anyway.
always get shot, and here as well. I'll get shot probably. Oh, I didn't. Interesting.
Yeah, that one
Oh, do
guy
you want to
near the
explain
van.
this skip here as well? It's actually kind of funny.
Right, so here is a little puzzle where we have to use the whip on 2 weak points to get rid of this anchor chain, and we just found these cool snipe spots where we can reach the places without going all around this shaft.
Yeah, it actually saves a lot of time.
I'll try. Your turn. You can do it.
And here we are very lucky that we don't need Gina for anything, so we can just outrun her completely.
And coming up is the most insane puzzle with the most insane solution because it's like such an easy code. I got stuck. That's not ideal. That's fine. So this code's always the same, and I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same on normal as well. It's just 3666. It's very easy to remember. So we just don't have to do the puzzle. We can just ignore it.
I'm very happy that there's just one code you need to remember for the any percent route.
Yeah, that's the only one. Sometimes here you can skip this. I don't know why or how, but you don't get that animation sometimes. It's very weird. It saves like 3 seconds, but... And now, coming up is the worst rope in the game. It sucks. I don't know why, but it sucks. Sometimes it can just kill your momentum. You're swinging at a weird angle. It sucks. Hopefully it goes well, because it sucks if I haven't mentioned that already. So you have to basically just get on this platform and it sucks. There we go.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, usually it goes terrible. Oh. Now we just have to wait. For Gina to come to our rescue.
Eat.
And now
There we
don't
go,
ask how we're gonna end up in Shanghai. The story
About
things.
to mention that.
The story things.
Yeah, story thing.
I don't understand what just happened. We were in the mountains, just we are in the middle of a
I don't know. Shanghai!
And now this level has a kind of not really a scary skip, but it is a bit finicky. We're gonna skip waiting. It's basically the skip's waiting for Gina to get to a spot and a lot of dialogue, and it saves a lot of time. If you want to explain it.
Yeah, I think it skips about 30 seconds. So there's a point where Gina just stops for a bit and has to talk, and we're gonna do a bit of parkour to end up on a small ledge, and from there we're gonna grab the whip at an angle that was not intended, and we get just barely enough momentum and height from the whip swing to be able to grab a ledge on the other side of the street, and from there we can jump past the gap and end up basically behind where Gina would be blocking us, and from there progress through the level without having to wait for her.
I have
Oh, that's
never missed that
unlucky.
jump. What? Okay.
That jump is quite precise. You have to use almost all of the coyote time that you get for jumping. And it's a bit deceptive, the jumping in this game, because
It's like I
basically
got stuck or something, and it just, I don't know. It's like I lost my momentum. It's weird.
I have my moments.
Anyway, that's fine.
yeah, it could happen when you bump something. I want to mention the camera thing in this game, because basically your camera is a bit in front of where Indy's legs are,
Keep moving!
probably because you actually do see his model the entire game, and so you basically want to just jump a bit later than you think you should, or where the edge is, to get the maximum distance.
Here I'm gonna quit out. To make sure that Gina doesn't soft lock. I'm gonna wait 2 seconds again. I don't know if you need to, but it seems to help. So if you don't do this, there's a chance that she will just never get to you, and she sucks. She really does.
I've had that happen to me recently.
She ruins this speedrun. So now we're just gonna stand here and pray that she climbs up that, and then we're good.
I've taken to actually going backwards and having a peek to see if she's there.
Oh, there she
Just
is.
calms my nerves.
Hey, yo, I saw you do that in your run. She was really fast, actually. Surprisingly fast. Now I'm just going to wait for the prompt, and then we're going to have a good time. When I played this game casually, this part right here was actually probably one of the cooler parts where I was like, holy shit, this game's amazing. Oh, I pressed it too early.
need to get it straight. No.
Oh, he's gotta have a sore butt after this.
Gina, pull up!
I'm trying. I don't want you to die.
I don't either! Spoke too soon!
Just gonna
Something tells me these guys
shoot
aren't
some
friendly.
planes.
Wow. What happened?
I mean, you can't really die here.
They got us.
I like that Last Crusade reference when you shoot your own tail or the plane.
You know what this reminds me of? Gondola section in
Keep the plane straight, right?
Emperor's Tomb. Also,
Exactly
if
that.
someone's watching this, never ever in your entire life contemplate speedrunning the Emperor's Tomb. It is one of the most frustrating experiences you will ever deal with. Because that game is janky as all hell. It's a good game, casually, but the speedrun is very unforgiving.
I think we lost them.
Oh, thank God.
Never mind!
I must agree with that statement, even though I have grinded 75% of the ILs for that game.
I mean, I've been running that game since like 2015. It's not fun. I don't intend to. Sometimes I get the itch to go back to it and then I play it and I'm like, nah, I'm alright.
Maybe you could introduce me while we're here.
Sure.
No thanks.
Stop by for a coffee.
I don't even get that itch now because for some reason it just doesn't want to work on my current PC. I don't know why.
If you want to speedrun Indiana Jones game, speedrun this one. It's pretty easy, to be honest.
Speedrun Infernal Machine. I'm gonna shill that game forever.
I still need to play it. I've never actually played it. Oh, I forgot to press E. I was just sitting in the plane for no reason, so I'm gonna do a swag slide here for the brownie points. Plus it is faster. And then we're just gonna give this guy a good punch and he's gonna go flying. I'm gonna try and show him go flying. See you later. He just did a cartwheel in midair.
Out of my way, pal.
Now we're on the most exciting level. But in this level, we're also going to do some prep for a skip in the last level. But there's a very cool skip at the start of this level, which I found, where basically, for some reason, when you vault over a ledge and you aim the camera, it slightly changes your hitbox, I think. And we can actually avoid a death plane by just going slightly over it. And it's actually pretty cool. If you want to explain like the setup for that while I grab some food and eat it.
I have no idea how you found it, by the way, but he's gonna aim at a food plate, and then aim at the fourth pillar in the fence on the balcony, and aim in that direction, and that's gonna give him the perfect angle to be able to land on a bit of invisible wall that's sort of behind or past and above the death plane. And he needs to use that camera trick that you mentioned to not hit the death plane with your toes or something.
Yes.
Come on.
Wedge in here.
Because it's basically
here.
frustratingly almost possible even without the camera, but you really do need it.
Yeah, for some reason it's like so much harder without it. Obviously, even if it's possible, I don't think I ever did it without it when I found it, but I just noticed that you could go really far by doing that, and then I just tried it while aiming the camera and it worked, and I was like, holy. Yeah, that skips that first part. The like holdout section that you do there. There is another way to do this skip where you would go out of bounds and run to this area, but I'm very sure this is faster, even though you have to wait here.
Yeah, it just teleports you so far forward, going into the cutscene and skipping it, that even though we have to now wait for maybe a minute before we can, what's her name? I don't know.
Sunak?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, that's the
Oh, that's the
chieftain
guy. Yeah. I don't know her name. Oh, yeah. Palin. There you go. That's her name. Subtitles for the win.
Yeah, before she parks the boat here.
So we're going to
And
look
then we
here.
need to go into...
Trigger the E-prompt as early as possible.
Yeah, that's true. We need to go into a cutscene trigger here so that the game transitions this level from night to day, which is basically a different map file. And then we can continue with the run. Yeah, this is a loading screen, by the way. This game is really well made in the sense that all the loading screens are very hidden and very fast as well. Because for the speedrun, we do time it without loads, but it's actually just about 40 seconds for a speedrun that's, at this point, a little over 70 minutes. It's really, really fast.
Yeah. We grab those bandages there for a skip in the final level, because we have to wait here anyway. So for that last skip, we need full health, full food, full extra food, and full bandages to be able to do it. So it is kind of important that we don't take damage now, but we won't. And And if you enjoy boats, you're going to enjoy a long boat ride. And I'm hoping this skip goes well, because if it does not, I'm losing 3 minutes. If you want to explain Sukhothai skip while I'm driving across the map. It's probably the coolest skip in the game.
That's the hugest one for sure, I think.
Yeah.
And it's so random that it works, because basically we're gonna drive to the complete opposite side of the map, because there's one spot underwater where there's a little gap in the collision, so we can swim out of bounds and then emerge to the surface of the water on the other side. And from there, there's a little gap in like the out of bounds sort of rocky terrain that you can climb onto. And from there, we just need to jump across a very scary gap from which there is no escape. But once you make that, you can just run around the edge of the map, basically, and we go into the cutscene trigger for the very final cutscene of this area from the other side. And
it's crazy that it even works, because it literally skips this entire level from start to finish, and it just works. And thankfully it still works on this patch. So for some reason, the Giza level, you can't end that level until you've like done certain stuff on this patch. We don't know exactly what, but if you end that level on this patch early, the cutscene doesn't work properly and the level just never ends. The scorpions show up, but the rest don't. Gina never shows up to save you. It just doesn't work. But thankfully this does. And it's a very big skip.
I do think we're helped for this chapter by the fact that there's no outro map, because in both Vatican and Giza, the finale of the chapter is its own special little section that loads separately, but in here it's all in this one big map.
Yeah.
Yak in the water.
So just gonna get out the boat and jump into the water. And then swim through this little hole here. Now we're out of bounds. Excuse me, why am I stuck? Then we're gonna surface to get our air back and regen some stamina. It is faster to swim underwater. A lot faster, actually. And I'm going to line up at a specific point and just mash jump and hope I can climb. Usually, if you're looking at the right spot, it's pretty easy. And then we just wait and then do a running jump here. If you fall down that hole, you are screwed.
You would have to reload checkpoint, and that warps you all the way back to the village, so you'd have to take the boat ride again.
Yeah. I'm glad I actually managed to do that. Because that would have sucked to fail.
And this is one of those skips that's really nerve-wracking because of the cost when you fail it, but it's actually not a hard skip
to
perform, I would say.
It's very easy. Like getting out of bounds takes no effort, you just have to swim down.
Yeah, that's what makes it hurt
Nice
so much
stamina.
more when you do fail it.
I haven't actually failed it in a run yet, surprisingly. And I've never fallen down that hole. I'm just assuming if you do fall down that hole, you can't get out.
Okay, believe me from experience, you cannot get out. I did fall down that hole, I think, twice.
I just got a lot of practice with that skip because of all the testing I did with it when I found it.
Fair.
So, and then we're basically just in the final area that you're meant to get to. And then we're just gonna walk here. We'll walk here and figure the cutscene, and that's Sukhothai done.
There's actually one more scary hole, and that's in those very bushes at the very end. If you go too far left, there's another hole that you cannot get out of.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for telling me that. I didn't know. Now I'm really scared. Now we're on the final level, and we're probably going to be doing... Would you say it's the hardest skip? I'd say it's the hardest skip in the game. Now. Well, for this category, anyway. It's very scary.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest for this category, yeah.
So this is the skip that we picked up all the stuff for. And we basically kind of have to do like 2 skips in one. Do you want to explain the wall climb first? Because it's like really weird.
Jesus!
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Yeah, so there's a particular piece of wall here where if you jump into it and you hold W, you can just get stuck a bit higher than the ground, and from there, there's just a tiny piece of collision on the bricks there that you can manage to stand on for a little bit. You cannot really move too much to the sides, but from there you can reach to the top of this platform, and this skips having to rescue Gina, because normally you're intended to give her a boost and then she gives you a
I thought I had it.
I think she moves like a bar that you can
How is that
attach
not
your whip
working?
to.
It looks like I'm high enough and then I'm just falling anyway. This skip sucks, by the way. I wish I'd never found it. I'm sorry. But if we couldn't do this skip, we couldn't do the skip we're about to do from this point. We'd have to save Gina first, so... This isn't the only skip. Why am I... I'm definitely high enough and I'm just falling off for some reason.
Ooh, that was so close.
Yeah, you get stuck there. There we go. Now this skip sucks. This is the hard one. Not that. You want to explain this?
Here we're gonna go out of bounds by jumping on another tiny bit of collision on that wall, and now we're standing on the lamp, and you can jump here repeatedly while looking slightly to the angle, and doing that just raises you a little bit, and from there Matt can jump and then tap W at the right point in like the jump trajectory, and that gets indeed to the top of that invisible wall next to the elevator, and from there you can go into out of bounds. A fun thing is you don't want to, when you're standing on top of the invisible wall, you don't want to go forwards because there's a kill trigger there. But if you go to the side, you can go over the invisible wall. And now we're like below all the rocks and stuff, and we're following a very particular route here to fall gradually down while taking acceptable amounts of damage. And we're skipping a huge temple with an elevator shaft that involves lots of just waiting for Gina and for the elevator. It's a really boring section. And it also skips a stealth sequence where you need to go through a large chamber with lots of German soldiers. And this is basically the reason why we picked up all that extra healing, because this is a really big fall that you need to take in order to get back to playable space.
Yeah, you need like virtually full health and food to be able to survive that, because there's no other way down. I am going to grab this bandage for safety.
Oh, cool. I didn't know about this one.
Because boss can be an arse. So...
Yeah.
So already on
you
the
could
final
technically do this with slightly less than full health if you abuse the fact that you can regen the last bar over and over again, but that would be really slow.
Yeah, and some of the falls take like 2 bars and you're just dead.
Yeah.
Now this fight's fun. We want no kicks, please. Or very minimal kicks, please. This is RNG, so if this goes well, it's just dependent on what he does. So we're just going to beat him up.
Cool, nice dodge.
You know, attack.
This is what you want him to do over and over again,
Yeah.
because you can punish the parry.
Yeah, but it just depends. Like the stamina regen is like the worst part of this, because if you don't get him on the right cycle, it won't actually start regening.
You couldn't let me outshine you.
You're delusional!
Yeah, you need him to give you a window for stamina regen, because if you hold the block button, you cannot regen stamina.
And if you try and block and miss, sometimes it'll stop the stamina regen as well. Also, the kicks are just bad because you can't do anything about them. You have to just react to dodge it, basically. Now on the final part, we're just going to kick him a couple times. So get ready on time soon, maybe in about 40 seconds.
I can take you on.
Yeah, the run ends when we grab Gina's arm and that triggers a cutscene, and it's the final input of the speedrun.
Don't! Hang on!
We have to actually hit him as many times as we can. So if you want to kick him at a certain point so he doesn't go too far back, because if he goes too far back, he'll do like a kick like that one there. And you have to block it because it does a lot of damage. This is really slow. There we go, and time. There we go.
GG.
That was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I'm going to skip this cutscene so we can watch the good one. Well, say good one. It's like the actual final cutscene. That one isn't, and it's long. This one isn't that long.
I guess this is goodbye.
Yeah, I went quite underestimate mine, like 12 minutes. I mean, overall, that was decent. I'd say, like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. There was some mistakes, but
Thank you.
it was fine.
So you wanna
Nothing went terribly wrong, I would say.
friends? We could show
I was gonna
Dying
say,
in
it looked
Giza
really
was
good.
like a minute.
There's a war coming,
Um,
and I have a hell of a story.
I'm
to
just
tell.
glad the Iraq skip went well. The second part, the first wall
And I
climb
think
just
it will
sucked,
be
but the
too
second
busy
part went
choosing
well.
the
So
past.
'cause that can, like, because literally that is the last thing you do in the run, and it can just kill your run. If you die
Love me.
or mess it up, the run's just over. It loses a lot of time.
Too much
So-
at stake.
It's scary to try and do that skip.
Adios, Rambo.
But it is a pretty fun run. If you're interested in, if you like Indiana Jones, you like speedrunning, if you like FPS games, I definitely recommend it. It has some boring parts, but most games do, but it has some good downtime too. And it has a lot of fast-paced sections as well. So like in the Vatican, when you do the puzzle skip, the fountain puzzle skip, you're going out of bounds, falling down, getting back in bounds, and then going back out of bounds again.
This is over.
Pretty fast-paced stuff. I am going to tab out in a minute because it is going to play the Raiders theme, and I don't want
Maybe we can have
the
that
music
at
to
the
get
dinner.
flagged. You can turn off copyrighted music, but like, I'm pretty sure it's just this song, and it's only at the end of the game. So it's going to start in a sec, so I'm going to tab out so it doesn't play. Yeah, I'll let you hear the first part. There you go. Now I'm going to tab out. That should have muted it, right? Yeah. So I'm going to show off some stuff now. I wouldn't recommend running any percent, but I will say that it is cool. And I'm going to show off the main skip that differentiates any percent from this. So I think it saves in total about 12 to 13 minutes over restricted. It's a big skip and it's really cool to watch. So I'm going to show that off. First, I'm going to have to close the game. I need to replace my save. I made a save at a point where I can actually do it. But yeah, so while I do that, I think we're going to be taking a break. So that gives me time
Yeah.
to swap my save anyway. So yeah, that was the run. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Kovic, for commentating.
It was a pleasure.
And like Matt said, we're going to take a quick break, but real quick first, if you'd like to support GDQ Hotfix, check out the 2024 Season 4 shirt at theyeti.com/GDQ. It's very cute, has Coop on it, has all the Season 4 shows on it. I love it. I bought it. It's adorable. And also regarding Season 4 and Hotfix, if you go to gamesdonequick.com/Hotfix, you can check out our Season 4 schedule and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at this week's run. And we are going to take a little break before doing a showcase of some of the any percent strats. We'll be back in just a little. Get up, stretch, get something to drink, have a snack. We'll be right back. Welcome back to As Seen on TV. I hope you had a nice little break. We were getting set up for doing a quick showcase of some of the any percent strats and tricks. But real quick, just so you know, we do have an official Discord. Join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role, where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. If you use !Discord in Twitch chat, you can get that information. Now, let's go on over to view some of the things that you might see in an any percent run. Matt?
Hello again. I'm here again, unfortunately. So I'm going to show you some cool little things, and I'm going to show you the biggest skip that we do in any percent, which you didn't see just because it's very, very difficult to perform, like all in one take. Actually, I just realized you do need a controller for it, because the last part of the skip is a very precise setup. So I'm going to use a controller for that. Is it working? Yes. I'm also going to just quickly change one of my bindings, because I don't use this binding for... we basically don't want crouch on the mouse for this skip. So I'm just going to put it on C for now as well. That should be fine. So first I'm going to show you some funny glitches that I actually found, which a shame they aren't useful, because it would be very good. But it's not, because you technically, in theory, you could use it to clip through walls, but you can't. But first, I'll show you one funny thing you can do. So that trick I showed in the Vatican, where you can like despawn items, if you do it with like something like this, you still pick it up. Like, it doesn't like delete the melee weapon. So if I grab it, close my backpack, and climb. Okay, I didn't actually climb that. Let me get something I can actually climb. He'll just pick it up anyway, which is cool, because if we do that and then get on the ladder, funny things happen. So I'm going to grab it, close the bag, and get on the ladder, and now we've got a guitar that we can climb on the ladder with. And then we can just throw the guitar as well. If you don't want that anymore, that's fun. Another thing we can do, which is even more funnier, is we can do like an inspect, like it's not really like a prompt storage, but for some reason these e-prompts that pop up like this, they never checked when you inspect something like this. They never checked that you could like interact with it. So if we inspect it and then press E, the game does very weird things. So now we're on the ladder, but we're not. So we can do everything that we could do when we're not on the ladder, like punch. We can even get the camera out and just take some pictures of the back of our head, because that's what you do with the camera. We can also, if I cap the FPS to 24 and then I interact with this, we can like change our rotation. So we're like behind the ladder now. It's very strange. And I have a climb the side of the ladder. That's fine. Unfortunately, when you get off the ladder, it will always warp you back to where you would be on the ladder, which is annoying, because it could actually be useful to like clip walls, but it's not. You can also do it while crouching too. Also, yeah, we can actually shoot our gun as well. So we can just get our gun out and just shoot people with it. Oh, I need to reload it first. Oh, it's not letting me shoot. Why is it not letting me shoot? Oh, there we go. What else can I do? I don't have anything to actually look at, so that's mainly all that I can do with that. But as you can see, when I climb up, it just puts me back where I was. Now, it looks a bit different if you do it while crouched as well. If I can get the prompt. Oh, it's this. I shouldn't have picked this ladder to show it, because this ladder sucks. To get the prompt on the screen. Hello. There we go. So now we're crouched while doing it. Wait, he stood back up anyway. What? Did he? I think he's still crouched. Oh yeah, there we go. He's stealthing. And then I think if we do this, we can get behind it again. It's just a shame that like when you get off the ladder, I only 24 for that. So when you get off the ladder, he'll just fall where he would normally fall from. So you can't use it to clip, which sucks, because it would be probably kind of useful. There was a glitch that I just thought of to show. And now I've completely forgotten what it was. What was it? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to restart. And now I'm going to show you the skip. That had nothing to do with the skip. It just looks fun. Why am I up here? That's annoying. I should be fine anyway. So now I'm going to show you the skip. So this is where we would do Steely skip from. I can do the skip, but it won't actually finish the level on this patch, but I can still show it off. So you do Steely skip, you come in here, but instead of going up there, we're going to come over here. You need 70 FPS for this, so I've capped the 70 FPS. I'm going to come over to this guy. I'm going to give him a whip. We do that so he drops his gun. And I'm going to get him to follow us. All the way over here. And then while you would be doing this in a run, you would be grabbing this this food, but I already set this up so I had max food. He's going to blow his whistle, that's fine. He has to do this at some point, so you just wait for him to do that. And here he comes. And then I need to grab this bandage here. I haven't actually done this skip in like a week, so hopefully I don't mess it up. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this guy to basically launch ourselves. So we're going to get him on the floor. This part's annoying. Can you actually grab him, please? Why is he not grabbing him? We need to pull him down with the whip right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand here. We're going to look at a specific spot to line, because this setup's really precise. And then we're going to grab him. And then fun things are going to happen. I'm not going to explain it once I grab him. I'm just going to let you watch it because it's amazing. And now we're up here. Oh wait, I don't have the... Oh, I didn't pick up the extra food. That's fine. I'm just going to save my location up here. And then I'm going to get the food and then walk back up because I forgot to pick it up and I need that. I don't know why I thought I picked it up already. So it should be up here. Let me just grab this quickly and then I'll walk back over. So usually you would heal when you get to the top a certain amount. But then you'd end up here. So then what you do is you like sprint jump over here to land on this ledge. Because there's a gap between these barriers. If you fall down there, you're dead. And then we can drop down here. And then we're going to line up with a specific part of this pyramid. So this part here. And then you just want to basically run forward till you fall down. And then you get to about here. And then we're just going to hold right. And we hit that and it stops us from taking all the fall damage. Now this part sucks because we can't see. So in a run, you wouldn't have the lighter. So we're basically just going to navigate out of bounds to a specific spot. Believe it or not, that wasn't the hard part. Okay. That was the easy part. This part I'm about to do is the hard part because it's very precise. And in a run, if you fail it, you get one try. If you fail it, you have to go all the way back and do everything again. So we're getting here. Do I have the lighter? No, I don't. So I can't show. Basically, the final part of this level is just over there. And it's a big room, but it's too far away. But thankfully, there's a little tiny ledge that sticks out. So what we're going to try and do is get a really precise setup to slide onto that ledge. And if you hit it at the right angle, you can get a bounce and jump. And if we get it right, we can jump high enough that we can grab the ledge. It's so precise. And it took me and my friend like hours and hours and hours to figure it out. he was the one that actually managed to do it the first time because I thought it wasn't possible. It's that precise. So right here, I'm going to do a really precise setup to make sure I'm always in the same spot. So I'm going to use my controller for this because if you try and do it with the keyboard, you're going to have a really bad time. So you can see this ledge here, this like bit of collision. I'm basically going to get my camera straight along this, so I'm always facing like perfectly straight. So that should be fine. And then you basically want to get that bit that's sticking out. That's actually not straight. That should be fine. So we're going to get that little bit so it just slightly sticks out above the bottom of our camera. Something like that. And then we're going to walk to the right to cover up a specific part of the pyramid like that. That's moved me, so I'm just going to walk back a little bit more. That should be fine. So now we're basically in position. I'm going to set my location so I don't have to do that again. Or at least do the first part again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to look just there at that corner. And then once, because you can't see anything, right? You literally cannot see a thing. Once my left side of my camera or the left side of my screen hits this part of this rock, I'm going to slide. Wait a second, then just mash jump as fast as I can. So let's see if I can get it. I'm going to hold down sprint, run forward, slide, mash jump. And I got it. Oh, that is really precise to do. So we're literally standing on a tiny ledge. So the side, you'll fall off there, you'll fall off there. And then from here, we can just run and jump onto the roof. So that's the ledge that we landed on, just there. And then from here, you need at least, I think, 2 bars for this. So thankfully, this part is not solid inside. So we can jump up here. Then we crouch, and we're going to hug this wall to hit this, and then fall down to land down here. And then we can literally just run straight to the idol. And that skips all of the level. You can't go to the end of the level from in there because it doesn't spawn. You have to pick up the idol first. And then we can go to the end. Now I can show you actually what happens if you do this on the latest patch. But that saves like 12-13 minutes. It's very difficult. I'm so thankful that my 80% run was really good. The only issue with my 80% run was the final skip. I lost a minute to it. Other than that, it was a really good run, and I'm never running this category again because this skip sucks to do. You have to do all that fast first try in a run. If you don't, your run's dead. So this is what happens if you do this on the latest patch. The trucks are not here, and you're gonna see some funny things happening. Because these guys are just going to get into an invisible car. I don't know what they did to this level on the patch to make this not work. But the level will just not end, basically. If we just wait until they start driving off.
Um Gottes Willen, nein, Oberst, bitte. Ich werde doch nicht meinen wertvollsten Mann bei so einer gefährlichen Mission riskieren.
Aber es wäre mir eine Ehre.
Actually took longer than I thought it would, to be honest. I thought it wouldn't take me long to do all that.
Wenn Sie unbedingt darauf bestehen, aber
They should get into the car soon.
vergessen Sie nicht. Ihr Erfolg würde nicht nur
Hopefully.
mich, sondern sicherlich auch den Führer zufriedenstellen.
Jawohl.
Bitte ziehen Sie sich warm an.
It's a shame that we can't do this on the latest patch because the latest patch is faster because of the part in the Vatican with Gina. It saves like 40 seconds. So you could save an extra 40 seconds. Also, there they go.
Erst Gegenwehr
He's just driving his invisible car.
und der willensschwache Mann schwört seine unsterbliche
Watch his legs. Beautiful. He's flying. And they're off. And he's just going to give me an invisible hat as well. So yeah, this doesn't, it just won't end. So
We wouldn't want to
one of
let
the
this
scorpions will spawn.
Would we, Dr. Jones?
One of the scorpions will spawn, but the rest won't. And the level will just never end. Which is a shame, but it's kind of odd at the same time. And they're driving off as well. There they go. His legs have disappeared. Yeah, this scorpion's gonna pop up, and then the rest won't actually show up. So yeah, that was pretty much everything I wanted to show. I mainly just wanted to show that skip because it's just really cool to do. And yeah, that was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That was all of the stuff that I wanted to show. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, check out join the Discord if you're interested in the game. There's a lot of people in there that can try and help you out, especially like me and Kovic and maybe is it Craw? Is his name Craw or Crew? I can't actually remember.
No, Craw.
Craw, right? Yeah. Any of those people will help you out, and yeah, that was me. That was Kovic. You have anything to say?
Yeah, thanks for having me for the commentary here. And yeah, do run this game or run other Indiana Jones games. They're also great.
Just not Emperor's Tomb.
Run Infernal Machine.
Yes, run that or this.
Well, thank you so much for showing off the game and for showing off the any percent little skip there. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. I definitely, again, will be buying this game. It seemed like a lot of fun. But chat, the speedruns are not done for the night.